Welcome to our YouTube channel named as Cat2. I am by Manoj Mahajan. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we are coming up with complete quantitative aptitude full course relevant for CAT, ZAT, NMAT, SNAP, and OMETS. So this is percentage 2 class. So today we are going to look at the application of the basics, what we have learned in the percentage 1 class. I hope by now you must have watched the percentage 1 class. So before looking at the solution to each and every question out here, it's better that you first solve on your own and then look over here to the solution. And of course, you're going to learn superb tricks and shortcuts as well. So over here, the question says if the price of the bicycle is increased by 9.09%, then by 8.33, and then by 7.7%, the price becomes 1274. What is the original price of the bicycle? Now, when you have more than two successive changes, it is advisable that you look forward to use the concept of multiplying factor as we learned in percentage 1 class. Try avoid triplets. So let's have a look of the solution out here. So price is P, let's say initially. You had 9.09% increase. Then you had 8.33% increase. Then you had 7.7% increase. The final price given out here is 1274. So we're going to use the fractions out here. So 9.09 is 1 upon 11, which we discussed in percentage 1 class. This is 1 upon 12. This is 1 upon 13. So my solution would look like this in the multiplying factor concept. When I'm increasing by 1 upon 11, so my multiplying factor becomes 1 plus 1 upon 11. Next would be 1 plus 1 upon 12. Next would be 1 plus 1 upon 13. And ultimately, this becomes 1274. So what is my factors out here? 12 by 11. Then you have what? 13 by 12. Then you have what? 14 by 13. So things are going to simplify over here easily as numbers 12 will cancel out, 13 will cancel out. So my price is nothing but 1274 into 11 divided by 14. So one thing is very sure that the number would be a multiple of 11. And if you want to calculate the value exact, let's divide this. So this comes out to be 91, which is nothing but 7 into 13 into 11. So this result comes out to be nothing but 1001, which is your option number 2. Let's move to the second question out here. It's a wonderful question which we are going to make it easy with the help of fractions. And this appeared in one of the entrance exam, SNAP. So what is given over here is that sum of these A, B, C, and D given is 56. And the question is what is the amount contributed by D in lakhs? So units always check out what they're asking because it is possible that you can come up with a silly mistake. So try avoid in terms of the units. Now what is given to us in the next line is the contribution of B, C, D together is 460% of A alone. So what they are looking forward to write is B plus C plus D is 460% of A. So let's see how we're going to use the numbers out here. So can we look forward to divide this by A over here? And percentage, I told you to convert into numbers, divide by 100 by removing the sign. So let's do it in this way. Ultimately, what do I get is 23 upon 5 on simplifying. So if you look over here, the concept is very simple. Just understand over here. So if the sum of B plus C plus D is 23, in that case, A would be 5. So the total will come out to be nothing but 28. But in actual, or 28, 23 plus 5. But in actual, we have 56. So this has to be doubled so that it becomes 56. So this will also be doubled. This will also be doubled. So I can say that the amount contributed by A is nothing but 10 lakhs. So let me write over here. Simply, we're going to figure out for the other variables out here, B, C, and then we can look forward to get the value of D. So we made the things a little easy for us by using the simplified form over here. So let me go to the next line out here. So if you look over here in the next line, what is the statement out here? It is given A plus C plus D together is how much? 366.66% of B. So what we're going to do is again the same stuff. Let me write B over here in the denominator over here. Now this something you have to make it easy. So break it as 300% plus 66.66%. So we did 66.66 in the percentage one class also. Now writing in numbers, there's nothing but 300 by 100 if I do. This is what nothing but 2 by 3 as a fraction. So this becomes nothing but 3 plus 2 by 3. Ultimately, if I write is 11 by 3. So again, can we use the same concept what we did just few minutes back? If A plus C plus D is 11, in that case, B would be nothing but 3. So this is what we got over here. So the sum total over here is 11 plus 3, that is 14. And actually it is what? 56. So this has to be multiplied with 4. So of course, this will also get multiplied with 4 and this also with 4. So what is the contribution by B? That is 12. So far we got A and B, and the moment I get C, I can easily figure out D also, which is the question out here as well. So you have to look at the next line over here to get the contribution of C. And what is the contribution of C given to us? Let's look over here. So C contribution is 40% of A plus B plus D. So let me write that over here. So C is what? 40% of A plus B plus D. So can you write over here C upon A plus B plus D? 40% if I divide by 100 to make it into number is 2 by 5. Again, the same concept you're going to do. C is 2. A plus B plus D is what? 5. So the sum total, if I look for all the 4, would be nothing but 5 plus 2, that is 7. But what is the sum total? 56. So you have to multiply this with 8. So this will also get multiplied with 8 and this will also with 8. So what is the contribution of C? That is nothing but 16. Now you can figure out the contribution of D. Let's add this total. So this gives you how much? 16 plus 12 is 28 plus 10 is 38. So 38 is this total. So remaining is the contribution of D. So that would be 56 minus 38, which comes out to be 18. So the correct answer is option C. So make sure that you use fractions so that you can make things easy for you in the percentage part. So let's have a look of next question out here. So it's a very basic question which I have created over here to make you understand the super trick shortcut. See over here, Umesh is scoring 43% in the mathematics test and he failed by 12 marks. In the same test, Ankita scores 56%. She scored 27 marks more than the pass marks. So there are 3 parts to it. And of course, a lot of students are going to make the equation. So what they're going to write, let me tell you, equation number 1 would be 43% of, let's say, the mathematics test is of T marks. Now written is he failed by 12 marks. So let me say P is the pass marks. So if I look over here, can I write this as P minus 12, equation number 1? And the next equation you can form as 56% of, again T, but this time it will be P plus 27. So of course, two equations, two unknowns we have. If I use equation 2, and from that, if I look forward to subtract 1, I can look forward to get the value of t. And once I get the value of t, I can easily get the pass marks, and also I can calculate the pass percentage. But I want you to learn the super trick shortcut, which we are going to use at times. And let's understand what it is. See, if the base is same, what I mean is 43% is also of the same number and 56% is also of the same number. In that case, only you can do is, what is the difference in the percentage? 13%, because the base is same. So we are simply subtracting these two. And on doing the subtraction, what I can understand is this 13%, if I look over here, this is 12 marks below the pass marks. He failed. And this 27 marks more than the pass marks. So if I look, the subtraction of these two would actually give me the value of 13%, which would be nothing but 27 plus 12, that is 39. So this is the trick which I want you to learn. So 13% of the total, that is t, which we took in the previous solution. Over here, I'm not using any variable out here. 13% is 39. So what is 1%? 3 marks. 39 by 13. So to get the maximum marks, we have to look forward to calculate 100%. Look, we have made so easy. It is nothing but 300. So this is the answer to this. Now, if you want to get the pass marks and the pass percentage also, see, remember one thing, this is 12 below the pass marks, right? What he got over here, so which means that if you would have got 12 more marks, you would have actually got the pass marks. So let's use this over here. So 1% is equivalent to 3 marks. So I can do it the other way around also. So 3 marks gives you 1%. 12 marks if I wanted. So there's nothing but into 4. I require percentage wise 4%. So if you look over here, when he was getting 12 marks below the pass marks, the percentage was 43%. So in 43, if I add 4, I would get the pass percentage, that is 47%. So that is your option number A out here. And to get the pass marks, you know that 1% is equivalent to 3. So 47% would be nothing but 47 into 3. So if I do a calculation out here, this would be nothing but 141, which is your option number C. So I just wanted you to learn this super trick so that wherever you can apply, you should do it rather than making the equations. Let's look at another wonderful question out here which appeared in one of the CAT exam. So I'm not making any equations out here, that you can do it on your own. I would be looking at super trick shortcut out here. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out such trick shortcuts. And of course, when you apply such trick shortcuts, it helps you to save time. And of course, you can attempt more in the exam hall. So if you look, what is given in the first line is the maximum possible score is n. And the question talks about the 4 options. Which one of the following is correct? And what is the pass marks? That is 45% of n. Now, what is given to us is a candidate obtains 36 marks, but falls short of the pass marks by 68%. So can I look forward? He actually got what percentage of the pass marks? Let me just write over here. So 100 minus 68 if I do, that is 32. So 32% of the pass marks he actually got over here. So let's understand that 32% of the pass marks, so I'm just using the entry method out here, is equivalent to 36 over here. So the first step is going to give us what is the pass mark. So what is 1% of the pass mark? That is 36 by 32. If I simplify further, this would be nothing but 9 by 8. So 100% of the pass marks will give me the pass mark. So 9 by 8 into 100 if I do. So let me simplify this. 4 2 times. This is what 25 times. So what do I get is 225 upon 2. This is not the value of n. This is the value of the pass marks. Now let's see from here how we are going to calculate the value of n. So I can look forward to use basic approach also by making the equation. But the idea of the course is also that rather than looking every time on the equation, can we use some trick shortcuts out here? So what is given to us is 45% of n is actually the pass marks, right? So what I can do is 45% of the number n is nothing but the pass marks, that is 225 by 2. So what is going to be 1%? Let's first calculate that. So 225 divided by 2 divided by 45. So this gives me what? 5 upon 2. So once you do 100% is actually calculating the value of n. So what do I get is 5 by 2 into 100. So if I can do the calculation, I get what? 250. So what is the value of n out here? That is nothing but 250. So if you look, the choice which is going to be correct over here is option third. So look, I did wonderfully with the trick shortcut. Of course, you can apply the basic maths also to get the answer. So I'm just showing you the mathematical approach also, but try to get adapt to the trick shortcuts which I am teaching and start applying so that you save time. So what is given to us is the pass marks is what? If I look over here, 45% of n, okay? And a candidate obtained 36 marks for fall shorts of the pass mark by 68%. So already I talked about 32% of the pass marks is nothing but 36. That's the first thing which we're going to look at. And what is the pass marks? If I look over here, that is 45% of n. So let me substitute this over here. So 32 by 100 if I remove the sign, and 45% of n if I do, that is 45 by 100 into n, and this is equal to 36. So if you do a calculation out here, you can look forward to calculate the value of n, which would come out to be 250. So of course, we could have done with the equations out here, but I still love doing with the numbers. And let's continue with the other problems out here. So do check out the video till the end. So this is a wonderful question, and we'll see one CAT question also on the similar lines. So what they've given over here is fresh grapes are kept under sun for 5 days, due to which the water percentage reduces from 65% to 40%. And the result is 10 kg of water got evaporated. What is the final weight? So always have a look what they're asking you. Is it initial weight? Is it final weight? Always make sure that you spend few extra seconds to mark the answer, because a lot of time what happens that the student come up with the silly mistakes which should be avoided. So they may mark the initial weight as the answer, but over here the question talks about the final weight. So always spend few extra seconds to avoid the silly mistake, and of course avoiding silly mistakes would help you score more, and in that case your percentile will also be on the higher side. Now a lot of students are going to do a silly mistake over here, one more type. See, I talked about that the percentage difference we're going to do only in the case when the percentage figures are of the same number. So what a lot of students are going to do is they would take the difference of these two. That's actually a shit mistake I call as. So 65-40, that is 25% difference. And that difference they're going to equate to 10. So what is 1%? They're going to calculate 10 by 25. And what is 100%? They're going to look forward to calculate as 10 by 25 into 100, which is going to give you 40. So they would love to mark B option, but later on they'll realize it's a wonderful shit mistake, and I'll tell you why. Some of them would look forward to minus 10 from here so that they get the final they are thinking, which is option A over here. So this is also incorrect. So both options A and B are incorrect because the concept which you applied over here was actually not correct. So let's understand over here. See, 65% is of the initial. Remember that. So this you're going to calculate of the initial weight. This is of the final. So you don't have the same base. You don't have the same number. So never apply such kind of trick over here. What we are going to do is, in such kind of questions, remember one very easy way. See, the percentage over here is reduced, right, of the water from 65 to 40 because water has been evaporated. That is 10 kg over here. Now, what part is going to be constant is the solid part. So always we're going to do this stuff for the solid part in such kind of problems. Let's understand how. See, 65% was the water percentage. So can I say the solid part, if I look over here, would have been 100 minus 65, that is 35%. So that is of the initial if I talk about. Final, the water percentage becomes 40%. So the solid percentage would become what? 60% of the final. Now what you're going to equate is the quantities. 35% of the initial will actually be same as what? 60% of the final. Always do such kind of thing in such questions so that things are easy for you. Now with the help of this, we can actually get the ratio of initial and final. So that is 60 upon 35, removing the sign also, which ultimately is 12 by 7. So if the initial is 12, final would be 7 and the difference would come out to be 5. So something of numbers trick we have done in this video itself. So over here we want 10. So what you have to do is you have to multiply this with 2. This also 2. This also 2. So what I can figure out is initial is 24 and final is 14. So don't do a blunder by marking D for Delhi out here because they are not asking the initial, which a lot of students can do it. It would be again a shit mistake. So it's a final thing which they're asking you, which is nothing but 14 out here. So I hope you would have understood this and try avoid such mistake in the questions. Let's come to another problem on the similar lines, and this appeared in CAT 2001. So we're going to use the exactly same approach. So before looking at the solution, you try on your own and then check out whether you're able to apply the solution learned in question number 5. So fresh grapes contain 90% water by weight. So initially, if I look, water is what? 90%. So solid part, if I look over here, would have been 10%, 100 minus 90. So final, which they are talking about as dried grapes, which contains what? 20% water by weight. So this final is over here named as dried grapes. So that's what they are looking forward also to figure out what is the weight of the dry grapes available from 20 kg of the fresh one. So we'll see to it. So 20% is water, 100 minus 20 if I do, that is 80%. So can I equate the solid part again? 10% of initial is same as what? 80% of final. So what is the ratio we got over here? Initial upon final is what? 8 upon 1. Simplifying. So this time difference is not known, but you know the value of 8, that is what? 20, which is given out here. So if 8 is 20, you can use the unitary method. So 20 by 8 would be 1 unit, which is the weight of the final also, or you can say the dried grapes over here. So that is 2.5. So that is your option number 3. So the wonderful question which we have done with ease, and such kind of questions you would surely be able to do with ease if you follow the concept that finally equate the solid part, which is same initially also and after also. Now let's come to another kind of problems in the percentage. So once you cover up the videos on the percentage, you would get to know all types of questions which can be a part of the percentage topic. So this type of question should look forward to be solved with the help of the tree structure. It will actually make things easy for you and you would be not committing any mistake out here. So we have to see the percentage figures also out here. But if you do start with, let's say, a lot of students do it and nothing wrong in that. So we can look forward to use the number initially 100x. And whenever we are looking at whatever percentage figures are given in the problem, and at some stage, if you get the numbers in terms of fractions, so we can look forward to convert into the integer also. And let me tell you with another example how we're going to do it. So we'll come back to this question 7 out here. See, let's say in a problem, you took 100x. So just one example I'm giving you. And they have given that 1/3 is defective. Over here it is 15%. But just giving one example, 1/3 is defective. So you're going to put what? 100x by 3. Okay. And over here is if 1/3 is defective, can I say 1 minus 1 by 3? 2/3 would be correct, right? So let me put over here, this would give me 200x by 3. So what I was trying to say that these numbers are actually not coming as integers, they're coming in fraction. So to avoid this wonderful thing, what we're going to do is, what we are having in the denominator over here, 3. So do smartly multiply this with 3. So once you do that, you have to multiply over here also with 3. So rather than taking 100x, if we would have taken 300x over here, this would be 100x, this would be 200x. So that makes easier for us. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to say, that you can start with 100x, but you can convert as and when required when the numbers are coming in fractions. So I just took one example out here to make you understand. Let's get back to the solution out here. So you can start with 100x, 15% as a fraction. I told you to convert into fraction, divide by 100. So what do I get is 15 by 100, which on simplifying would be 3 by 20. So if you calculate 3 by 20 of this, as it is already, you could have directly calculated 15% also because we took the number 100. It would have been damn easy 15x, or maybe if you calculate 3 by 20 also of this number, you would get the same thing. Now, if 15x is defective, so can I say remaining 85x will not be defective? Correct? So far we don't have to convert anything because all are coming in integers. Now, what they're saying is, while 20% of the rest, so what is the rest? 85x. What is 20% in fraction if I look 1 upon 5? So again, 1 upon 5 is easy to calculate of this. Again, integer part we're getting 17x. Can I put it over here? So these are sold in the domestic market. How much would be left out? 85 minus 17 if I do, that would be 68x. So this number is actually given to us. 68x is 8840 shirts are left for export. So this is what we have to figure out the value from here, the variable x. And ultimately, once we do that, we can actually look forward to get 100x. That's what the question talks about. Because 100x over here is the number of shirts produced in the factory, which we have assumed. So 68x is equivalent to what? 8840. So let's divide that. Generally in the CAT, it's a CAT question, you will get easy numbers to divide also. So once if I do it, let me write the calculation out here. So 1, 3, 0. So the value of x is 130. So 130 is not the answer, it's 100x. So if you multiply with 100 out here, what do I get? Option number 2. So look, we can always look forward to solve such questions with the tree structure, and you can go and assume 100x. Already told you, wherever you face a fraction, you can convert the numbers accordingly so that you can convert into integer. Let's try another problem on the similar line. So this appeared way back, CAT 1999. So again, we can look forward to make a tree structure. So 100x, if I do it, 40% of the employees are men. So I'm assuming men and women only, no other stuff over here. So 40x can I write over here? Okay, so automatically 60x would be what? Women. So let me write over here, this is men, this is women. So it will be easy for us to figure out what they are asking you later on. Now, what they're saying is 75%, that is 3 by 4 of the men earn more than rupees 20,000 per year. So what is 75% of this? That's again in the integers. So 30x we got over here, earning what? More than 25,000 per year. So can I say safely that 10x would be what? Of the men earning less than equal to 25,000 per year. Okay. Now, what further given to us is 45% of the company's employee, that is of 100x. So can I put the number outside over here of the tree, 45x? So they earn more than 20,000 per year. So 30x is from the men part. So can I say 15x would be from the women part, right? So can I say over here 15x over here of the women, they are earning more than 25,000, correct? And remaining 60x minus 15x, if I do, that is 45x would be what? Less than equal to 25,000 per year. So this is what we got the tree so far. Now let's look what they're asking you. So that is very important. What fraction of the women employed? So the base is very important. So the women employed over here is what? 60x. So you won't have 100x in the denominator. It would be 60x. So what fraction of the women employed by the company earns rupees 25,000 per year or less? So if I look out of 60x, 45x would be the value in the numerator. So what do I get over here ultimately is 3 upon 4 as a fraction. So that's what they're asking also. So the correct answer is none of these. A lot of students try eliminate none of these without working the solution. They think that it cannot be the answer, but that is not the case. Always solve it properly. And there is a possibility that none of these can also be the answer, whether it is CAT, whether it is that. Don't rule it out from the beginning. So the correct answer is none of these, that is 3 by 4 as a fraction. Let's move to one more last question for this percentage too. And do check out the next video on the percentage where we are going to discuss more variety of questions. Okay. So over here, it's a wonderful question given in the again CAT. The only problem out here faced by the students would be if they are not aware of what is per capita production. So the easiest way to remember such kind of terms is because you must be reading newspapers also. So per capita income, a lot of people remember. So per capita income, if you look, what is there? The total income is there in the numerator and the population is there in the denominator. So if you remember per capita income, you can actually look forward to write any such terms like per capita production. So what will be per capita production? Let me write over here for you. So that would be nothing but, so instead of income, we're going to put what? Production out here. And population will be there. So this is what you can look forward to write. So if you are aware of this term, how to write, then you would be able to answer this question with ease. So let's see what they're asking you. They're saying production got increased by 40% and the per capita production increased by 27%. So what is the percentage uh, increase in the population they're asking you? Nearest we have to look forward out of the choices given. So first, can we rearrange and write like this? What would be population if I write the result? That would be production divided by per capita production. So I just rearrange the result right only. So let's say this is the population you have in the beginning, right? So in the percentage one class also I told you that if you have like initial value of anything is I and final is F. So if you know the multiplying factor, let's say I would take one quick example. let's say it is 1.3 times of the initial. So you using the percentage change concept. So f upon I minus 1 into 100, we can look forward to get the answer. What is the percentage change out here? So the multiplying factor is important. So 1.3, I'm writing in the decimal over here, 1.3. So what do I get over here is 1.3 as the multiplying factor minus 1 into 100. If I do, that is 30%. So I just took this example to cover up the concept of multiplying factor again, because that's what we're going to use over here. So I did that in percentage 1. So the production is increased by 40%. So what you're going to have is the multiplying factor over here. See, there's a population initially, right? So new would be 1.4 times of the production, and per capita production would be now 27%. I can write as 1.27 times of per capita production. So how to get the new population? Let's understand out here in terms of the initial. So this was the initial which we talked about, right? And this is the new population which we are looking at. So if you look over here, if this is the initial population, so we just need to look at the multiplying factor out here. So what do I have is 1.4 divided by 1.27. So let's calculate this. And I'm pretty sure that once you do the calculation of the multiplying factor, you can get the percentage change. So 1.4 divided by 1.27, and we have to just get the approximate stuff. So let me calculate this. 140 upon 127. Can you break like this? It will be a little easier. So 127 by 127 is 1. Point, if I look, I need to insert 13 by 127 when we divide. Approximately 1.1 if I look over here. So that's a multiplying factor. So using this, 1.1 minus 1 into 100 would give me the approximate percentage change, which is coming around 10%. So this is the correct answer. So do subscribe to the channel if you have not done it, so that you don't miss out such important tricks, shortcuts in the problems which I am applying over here. We'll continue with more problems in the next video. Do share with as many CAT, XAT, and NMAT, SNAP, and OMETS aspirants, so that they can benefit from this free full course on the quantitative aptitude for CAT, XAT, and NMAT, SNAP, and other management interest. Thank you so much.